Hello everyone. We are going to be taking a night walk. We're going to be doing a walk under New Utrecht Avenue at night. We're going to be starting here on 39th Street. Over by, I guess you could say like Fort Hamilton Parkway, 10th Avenue area. And we're going to end it on 18th Avenue. Got some ambulance stuff going on right now. So yeah, this is going to be a night walk. Now, I know I'm looking at the camera screen right now, and you can see the sky is kind of bright. That is the auto exposure. It's actually definitely darker than that sky looks. That's just the camera brightening everything up. But the sun set about, I don't know, 40 minutes ago. So yeah, we're going to be walking under New Utrecht Avenue. We should maybe see a couple of trains. It is Labor Day still. I did that walk in Bay Ridge earlier today that was up yesterday, and now I'm doing this night walk, and we'll see if we see anything interesting, because underneath the L at night can kind of get crazy sometimes. For those of you that are wondering, is this a dangerous area? So it could be. I mean, it generally is not a dangerous area. We're going to be walking through Borough Park and then into Bensonhurst, but I would say it's a 50-50 crapshoot. As a matter of fact, just before I started the camera, I got into a kind of strange and interesting interaction with somebody that needed money. But they didn't look like they were going to cause any harm. They were just, I guess, down on their luck and they needed some money. But you got to be hypersensitive on these streets, man. It's definitely not a safe, it's not safe. Like, it's not, someplace you want to go if you've never, been around here, or if you're, for the weak of heart, I guess, for people that are not used to big city areas. I would definitely not suggest it for those people, but, of course, you got city people like me. I'm kind of desensitized towards this type of stuff because, I've been living in a big city for my whole life. So I don't know if you can see that. We still got some kids out in the park here on the swings. You just heard a train going down into the 9th Avenue station on the other side of me, across the street. This stop right here is Fort Hamilton Parkway. This is the last stop on the D line heading into the city before it heads down to the ground level and then underground. And we are walking in the southbound direction towards Coney Island. So for the train fan people, we're going to be passing Fort Hamilton, 50th, 55th Street, 62nd, 71st, 79th, and then we're going to end at 18th Avenue. Those are the stops that we will pass. This is Fort Hamilton right here. Decided to do something a little different tonight. We are in black and white. I could have did color, but I was like, you know what? Let's see how people like the black and white format. It is nighttime, so at night, black and white is favored anyway. Because it's less information to process for the camera. So we've done a lot of night walks in color. All my night walks have been in color, but I wanted to try something different. So here we go. Got a cop car here. There has been a lot of, I'm going to tell you this is going to be a lot. There has been, can I even speak? There has been a lot of police activity down here in the last 20 minutes, so something went down. Earlier, I was walking, and with two cop cars. I mean, they were flying. When you see cop cars moving at about 40, 50 miles an hour on the streets, man, you know something's gone down. And then we just saw that one. I'd say 15-minute spread since when I saw those last two. And he was going in the same direction as the other two from earlier, so something must have happened around here. So we have, you know, this area is sketchy at night, so you just got to watch yourself. We're going to be cutting through the heart of Borough Park. That's where we are right now. I said it earlier, we'll probably hear a couple of trains here and there. It is a holiday today, so the trains, and it's at night. So you're talking about a holiday at night. It's like a Sunday night. So trains run every 15 to 20 minutes on the L over here. So there shouldn't be a lot of train traffic. Not like a normal day. We have them every 8 to 10 minutes. Weather is really nice. So weather is feeling like fall. It's about 68 degrees right now, so you'll still see a lot of people in shorts and a t-shirt because it was warm today. It did get up to, it was cool this morning, and it did get up to 82. So a lot of people still out from this morning or during the day. But we might see some people walking around with jackets and stuff. This is Amazing Savings over here. It's like a big department store. So this building has a lot of history for me. I guess I could cross. This used to be, back in the day, it's always been a department store. This used to be a place called G and Sons. For you 80s children like me, this is where I bought my Voltron. You all remember Voltron. I mean, it was an Amazing Savings back then. It was called G and Sons, and then there was another store here, and then it was closed down for a long time. And they just opened this up, I want to say last year or the last couple of years. But G and Sons was awesome. I mean, you go in there and get all types of toys. That was our I had a friend. His name was John. We were like best friends in this neighborhood, in, Sunset Park and stuff. And we were like big into like the Transformers and the G.I. Joe, and they had everything. Like they always had the newest figures and characters, and we just like come into the store and just dream of being rich so we could buy all the toys that they had in there. All right, I see two people here. I don't know if they're really fighting. See, this is what I'm talking about. This looks like a fight. It looks like either they're play fighting. I don't know if you guys saw that. Oh, they're fighting. That was real. So. That looked real to me. You can tell when people are play fighting, you hear them laughing and stuff. I don't know, that looks serious. All right, so this is 12th Avenue that I'm crossing. Twelfth Avenue and 13th Avenue, which is the next big avenue coming up, those are the ones you gotta watch when you cross. You get hit by a car in these areas. I'm in a tent. So yeah, we are in September now. So we will be picking up the pace with the walks. My nice little August semi-vacation is over. And now, the weather starts getting really nice. This is our post office right here. It's kind of shabby looking, if you ask me. And it looks like they got P.O. boxes out here. Or those drop boxes that you can come pick stuff up at. I don't know if I ever told you guys, I used to have an eBay store. I was like a big eBay seller back in the days. Until Meg Whitman took over and destroyed it. Yeah, I was what you call a power seller. I was a power seller. I had thousands of positive feedbacks. As a matter of fact, I had an incredible feedback rating. It was pretty much 100%. Sounded like we had a screamer car in the back. But I was saying, I had pretty much a perfect feedback rating. And I used to sell all types of, this is back when stunt kites were like the craze, man. Eventually it would become kiteboarding. Who would have thought that a lot of the people I taught how to fly the 4-line airfoils would become kiteboarders? Back in those days, kiteboarding wasn't a thing yet. It was buggy. It was called kite buggying. All right, we're in 13th Avenue area. This is going to probably be a little noisy for a few minutes. All right, you guys want to hear me get salty? I'm about to get salty. Cover your ears if I hear that horn again. Yeah, going back to what I was saying, I used to teach people how to fly the 4-line airfoils. And back then it was buggies, you know? All right, yo, chill out, man. What are these people running through red lights and shit? Right through the crosswalk. I'll never get to finish my story. More sirens. We're on 13th Avenue. If you thought that was loud, it was 10 times louder in person. I mean, it was that type of sound that was making you feel the pain in your eardrums, and you could feel your eardrums moving. All right, at this point, it should get quiet. We're moving out of Borough Park soon. I mean, we're going to be in Borough Park for a little while longer, but we're out of the heart of it right now. Soon we'll be in the Bensonhurst area. All right, let me finish the story real quick. So yeah, I used to have the eBay store. I used to sell all the stunt kites and the parafoils and the 4-line kites. And back in the day, we would teach all the people how to fly them. And back then, there wasn't no kiteboarding. It was buggy kiting. So you would ride these buggies, and they would pull you would use the airfoil to pull you along the beach and stuff. Kiteboarding is fairly new. I mean, when you consider that it's only been around I don't know. I wouldn't even say it's 20 years. I mean, my eBay store, I was running my eBay store from 2004 to 2012. And kiteboarding started picking up right at the ends when I stopped doing the eBay store. All right, no more of that. I guess how do you pronounce that? Let's try different versions. So, Biedronka? Biedronka? So I hope everyone's enjoying the black and white format. All right, so from this point on is where I gotta watch myself, you know, and keep my head on a swivel. So this is the area that you gotta stay alert. As you can tell, you can see how quiet it's gotten down here. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing behind the camera, I am wiping my eye. I got something in my eye. Key eye. My eye. Man, are we already at the 62nd Street train station? I think we are. Yeah, I think this is, yeah, this is 60th Street right in front of me. I gotta cross, it's two-way. This is always a pain to cross. All right, so we're on 60th. We're heading to 86th Street. We're going to be ending it over on 18th Avenue. Wait for this light to change here. We got a lot of silhouettes. This time of night, it's hard to see people's faces. When you can't see faces, you can't see facial expressions, and when you can't see facial expressions, you can't judge intentions. So right there, you see a staircase across the street for the train station? That's where they filmed that scene in French Connection where he shoots a guy on the train station stairs, right there. If any of you guys have ever seen the movie French Connection, you could, just on YouTube, man, you could look up, go on YouTube and look up French Connection car chase if you've never seen the movie with Gene Hackman. Almost runs the lady over with the baby carriage right in front of the Lowe's on 86th Street and 18th Avenue. basically he's chasing somebody that gets away on a train, so he gets in a car and he starts chasing the train. And this is the stop where he meets the guy and shoots him as he's coming down the stairs. And if you watch that scene, I don't know if they've, over the years created a newer remastered version, but I remember the old version, the original version, when I was young watching that movie. They had a lot of people standing around watching that scene getting filmed, and when the guy gets shot, everyone starts cheering. And it had made it into the film and confused a lot of people. It was like, why is everyone cheering? Somebody just got shot, All right, this area right here, it's a sketchy over here. 62nd Street is always, there's always something going on over here. Sounds like we got a train coming in above us. We're going to hear it pull out in a second. In case you're wondering, I said this earlier when the sky was still lit up, but the camera is set to auto exposure for the light, so these streets are much darker than what you're seeing on camera. So in camera is pushing the level up at, I think it's like a +1 or a +2 right now. But with actual eyesight, it is dark. There isn't a lot of good light down here. You can see the sparks. If you guys can see those sparks up there. I don't know if you guys noticed it. You could rewind and look again as it's, you would see the sparks, the reflection of the sparks bouncing off these apartment buildings. There must be a gap in the third rail. That's what causes that. So when it loses the contact, it kind of sparks up a bit. This food truck, Mexican taco food truck, is pretty popular down here. It's open all night. And it is bright. Oof. This whole corner is lit up. All right, I gotta watch myself here. I can see this guy wants a turn and he doesn't see me. Oh, he does. All right. All right, it's really dark over here. I gotta watch. Make sure no one's hiding behind here. Try and grab me. I do carry protection on me, and that's all I'll say. You definitely don't walk around in these areas without a way to defend yourself. when I walk these streets at night, I walk with a purpose, if that makes sense. You know, I don't, you can't look sheepish or weak. You got to make sure that you make eye contact. And be ready for anything. So this is an area that's pretty sketchy. Sketchy at night, that is. You hear something going on over here. The night creatures are coming out, people. I do these walks so you don't have to. If you're watching this walk, man, you can literally say, yeah, I've walked New Utrecht Avenue at night. Let me center my camera. There we go. I think the next stop we are hitting is 71st. I've lost track, you know, because I'm not looking at street signs. For someone like me living in Brooklyn, we just look at landmarks and areas, and we know where we are just based on the buildings and stuff like that. We just, by the way, crossed into Bensonhurst. So we are in Bensonhurst officially. We have stayed on one side of the street. There's really no use in changing sides because it's dark. If you guys like the black and white, let me know in the comment section. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. And if you don't like the black and white, let us know. And you could hit the thumbs down button too. Look at that. It's always good to get some kind of feedback. Maybe we do more of these. I did one of these a while back in Bay Ridge, and people liked it. What is she doing? She's getting out. Oh, well, she's double parked, so. I was saying, we do the, I've done a couple of black and white walks at night in the past. One in Bay Ridge, and I think one in Sunset Park. They're no longer up on the channel because those were GoPro walks. And it's not like I took down all my GoPro walks. They're up, you could go, but a lot of GoPro walks I did take down because they were kind of, you know, quality was bad. This is Key Food over here on 70th Street in Utrecht Avenue. We got another food truck over here. So once this is up right now, this is the only black and white walk I have up right now. I mean, when you think about it, you got the park over here. You got people still playing ball at night in the basketball courts. Let me see if you guys could see that over there. You know, at night, the color is kind of, I mean, it's mostly bright light and dark shadows anyway, so you're not missing anything when it comes to the color part. But I know there are people that actually love black and white, and then there are people that hate it. So let me know which one you are. All right, we still got some walking to do, man. We are hitting, this is 16th Avenue cutting in front of me, so we're getting close to the 18th Avenue cut. Pretty much this walk, we walked the entire length of New Utrecht Avenue. We started back over on 39th Street. That's pretty much where New Utrecht Avenue ends or begins, depending on whether the way you look at it. And we're going to be ending at 18th Avenue, and that's where Utrecht Avenue ends before the train turns onto 86th Street. You know, I think we'll change it up a bit. We're going to cross over. You could hear the winds rattling the gates. It is windy out. I left my windows open. Hopefully when I get home, there isn't stuff all over the floor. I have, this is pastosa, ravioli. I have a replica of the Apollo 11. Pretty big. It stands up. It's on my one of my tables where my plants are in the living room. When I open the windows when it's windy, I lay it down sideways onto the table because I'm afraid the wind is going to blow it over and it's going to end up in pieces. It's going to, for any of you rocket people, for any of you people into space, I'm a big space person. I don't want to have a RUD in my living room. A RUD is, it's a term mostly used with SpaceX. It's a rapid, unscheduled disassembly when a rocket blows up. So I definitely don't want to rud. It is really dark over here, by the way. Wow, look how dark it is over here. All right, we're about to cross 17th Avenue soon. 79th Street train station. This is over, I believe this is the north exit of the station. So we still got a little bit before we get to 17th Avenue. It's interesting to see how many stores are open this late on Labor Day. It's interesting to see how many stores are open on Labor Day period, but I'm surprised at how many are still open. It's pretty much 9 o'clock right now, so. And it doesn't look like they're closing. Like normally you would see people starting to close and get ready to go, but I'm walking by these places and they're pretty busy. I walk by and there's always people inside or something. You know, I mentioned earlier about you got to watch yourself down here. You know, some people might wonder, well, what kind of crimes go down over here? So the majority of crimes underneath these train tracks at night would be assaults and robberies. Very rare. As a matter of fact, I can't recall a time in recent memory where somebody got killed down here. That's not to say it's not dangerous. There's been some assaults and robberies down here. So all that tells you is that luckily it didn't escalate to that point. But that's the type of stuff that goes on down here at night. You got the New Utrecht field is lit up. How am I going to cross this? So that guy, he's driving down the block and he's beeping at nobody. Yeah, another food truck. There's a lot of food trucks underneath the L, as you can tell. This one smells really good. And the food is good. I've tried a couple further down, like on 86th Street. So. All right, this next street is really dark. This guy behind me is drunk. I think he's saying something to me, but really dark right here. Very, very dark. Got a barber shop over here. Somebody getting a haircut in there. All right, we're getting close to the end. We're on 81st Street. Here's Bay 16th. People lighting fireworks. Those are fireworks, they're not gunshots. Don't worry, Stride Warrior is safe. Not getting shot at. This is J Mart right next to me. This used to be Wallbounds. Then Wallbounds closed down, and then they put J Mart here. And it's still open. There's people going in there with bags and everything. I'll tell you, this is an odd Labor Day. Everybody's open. Well, you know, we're walking in an area, you could tell like the majority of businesses are closed. I'm just more surprised of how many are open late. That's the thing I'm not concerned about, but that's the thing that I'm amazed about. You know, back in the day, you know, when there was a holiday, everything was closed. You couldn't get anything. Nothing. Holidays now, things are open. Even on big holidays, they'll open for like half a day. Like you'll find a supermarket open on Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is kind of crazy, if you ask me. This is 84th Street right here, two-lane 84th Street. The old Kings Highway route. All right, so I got a couple of people up here in front of me. I see silhouettes and I hear talking, so I gotta. No, they're fine. They're okay. That's how it is though down here, man. You gotta judge, you gotta look, you gotta see what's going on. Some people might say, oh, you know, not everyone's bad. You don't know that. You don't know that, man. You don't know it until shit goes south. That's when you find out someone's intentions. It's the only time you know for sure. So the best thing you can do is always be prepared and make judgment calls. There's nothing wrong with it. All right, here we are, 18th Avenue. You know what, I'm gonna end it here. We could walk down, you know, all right, we'll walk over to Marshall's. Over across from Marshall's. So. I mean, there's really nothing much. You got the funeral home over here, and that's really it. So.
Clean that shit up.
I want to thank everybody for coming along this interesting walk on a Monday night, Labor Day 2024, under the train tracks on New Utrecht Avenue with some sketchy areas. And we saw one interesting thing tonight. We saw looked like a couple fighting. And we did this in black and white. So we're gonna end it here. This is where New Utrecht Avenue ends. Right at the funeral home, which is very lit up. They just rebuilt that wall that collapsed last year. If you remember, sounds like a fire alarm went off. But this is where they fixed the wall. Nice way to end the walk, right? A D train coming in on the grade, screeching on the tracks. All right, guys, this is the ends of the road for me. Well, it's not the ends of the road for me. It's the ends of the road for all of you guys. I have to keep walking, so catch everyone on the next one. Take care and bye-bye.